Hello and welcome back to Dave's American Flyer Trains. Also in the recent collection, the downsizing sale, was this Floodlight Tower. It's a 774 according to Doyle. It was probably made by Colber Corporation for American Flyer and sold to American Flyer. This one, it is believed to be a Type 2 made sometime between 51 and 52. The original was made in 51 and it actually included a workman that could be attached to the ladder and it had a wrench in his hand. As a matter of fact, I've got a little plastic man that's got a wrench in his hand, but he's on a base. I wanted to add illumination, height, and some depth to the layout, so I'm anxious to get this on there as well, but it certainly didn't look good enough to be used early on, and I had my doubts as to whether or not it could be used at all. There's a possibility that in all the boxes that came with this, and I think almost every accessory or every item in this collection had a box in varying states of condition. I went back and dusted those off, folded them up, and put them in a plastic box for protection until I can go back through them and check the numbers on the end and maybe even some of the prices. I always get a kick out of seeing the price stamps on them. But this one was extremely dirty and dusty. It included the tower and the steps and everything, and the light fixtures were missing on top. So I was about ready to toss it aside until I ran across these 4 light fixtures and their mounting brackets in another box with wires just going everywhere. And I didn't even know what it went to at first until I thought about just looking up the tower inside of Doyle, and I found this. Now it's an unusual thing because it is all plastic. It has a red plastic base. This Type 2 has a red plastic base. The silver or gray plastic tower and the silver or gray plastic platform on top. All that has to be done to reinstate this to working condition was to drop the wiring down through the tube that runs down through the center of the structure, out the bottom, and then I, of course, extended the wire. So I went ahead and did some wiring extension so it'd be ready to put on the layout. Believe it or not, all 4 bulbs worked. I disassembled each one of the light fixtures, cleaned the yoke or the bracket or the holder, cleaned the lens, which pops off, of course, to get to the bulbs, clean the bases and the stems and all the bulbs, cleaned them up thoroughly, and then gave them a light coat of CRC 226 to eliminate maybe some corrosion and oxidation and improve electrical contact, and they all worked. Unusual thing is, it's like Doyle and I think Deeger pointed out, kind of strange that all 4 bulbs point in a different direction, but they seem to be very adequate. Very, very pretty and amazingly well-conditioned piece of plastic for 51 and 52. As a colleague pointed out, just can't believe the way this plastic has survived. And there's the wiring extension that I put on there. And I think it said something to the owner keeping these in boxes and only probably setting it up once a year, if that much. What I did to recondition it, of course, is with it completely disassembled, I washed it thoroughly with a mild soap that leaves a little bit of sheen, and then a very, very light coat of CRC 226, which is allowed to cure several days in a controlled, heated and air-conditioned environment. And it leaves a nice sheen and protection on the pieces. It still had the original plate, American Flyer plate on the front, on the base, I should say. It says manufactured by A.C. Gilbert. We know that was probably Colber that did that. But I'm getting ready to put this on the layout and add another tower and pointing at some different areas of the layout, and I think it'll be a nice addition. Thanks again for watching Dave's American Flyer Train.